To sign off their pre-season campaign in style as well. Final checks just been carried out by Andre Mariner before we get underway here. It is a full house at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. First visit for these Inter players, having suffered disappointment at Wembley. They've never won at Spurs in 3 previous trips, hoping the changes stadium might bring a change of fortune. Here we go then, can Spurs make the statement they are into that category as well? With Phil Blackett and Gary Breen looking September. Spurs making good ground through Lamela before Lucas Moura takes over, takes on Skriniar and scores! Wonderfully well, Lucas Moura continues his excellent record in front of goal in pre-season. Well, it didn't take long, did it? Just a couple of minutes on the clock in their first fixture in front of their own fans this summer. And Lucas Moura gives Spurs the early lead. As Walker Peters are running out of options at right back at the moment with injuries, and now Walker Peters is down after the challenge of Dalbert. Back to his feet by the Brazilian. I think he's a rangy run before Lucas Moura takes over.
Conte's been down his path before, hasn't he, in terms of temperamental striker, shall we say. Diego Costa made it known straight away, didn't want him for that second season at Chelsea, to the team's detriment, to be perfectly honest.
There's Esposito, who did well to win it and deliver dangerously. Here come Spurs again with Kane trying to muscle his way through the middle. There's Harry Winks, Harry Kane. Well, it was a challenge born out of frustration, I guess, having been dispossessed in the first place when he caught Walker Peters. Always got an important boot to it. Well, Perisic to have a hit.
And Ndombele straight ahead, just putting his hand up to apologise. Probably knows there you can't allow.
Here comes Spurs with Sissoko. Quite capitalised in Syria. There's Danny Rose. He will win the free kick in dangerous territory.
For a fullback, he's so comfortable.
He's in to organise that wall. It will be Harry Kane, and he knew from the moment it left his boot it wasn't accurate enough.
Too much height.
Well, that's going to be pulled back by the offside flag though on this near.
Great competition.
These two sides have certainly played their part. Esposito. He's won the free kick, Sensi takes it, the new signing. Spurs with plenty of body crosses behind the primary list of targets. Candreva will try and return it. The new coach in charge. Inside foray forward once more. It was there to be hit. Brilliant effort, which beat Lloris and bounces back off the frame of the goal. Well, he caught it so sweetly.
What a strike. Lloris is giving around that 10 area, but here comes Harry Kane, Tottenham's own 10.
Well, he looked like he'd wriggled clear, but it will be Eric Lamela to take it. Kane was his initial target. Sanchez is still a decent tempo about the game. Spurs taking 1 or 2 risks here though, and Ndombele replay opens up for him because of that. And Brozovic had to get the challenge right from behind. It was an awkward 1-2 attempt, and the free kick given. Challenge so far this summer as Lamela. That's Sissoko taking over. Lucas Moura in the middle. Gagliardini working it wide here for Esposito for Inter before continuing his run. Danny Rose had to be careful.
That's good positional play again. Danny Rose read the situation. The pace was on the pass about him.
Here he is again, taking the ball from Walker Peters and delivering in toward against PSG last week. And Walker Peters again had covered good ground before Harry Kane takes over part of the season. Now Inter have worked this wonderfully well, and here is the opening for the equaliser. It is taken brilliantly. Well, he's made a real difference, hasn't he, since signing this summer. Stefano Sensi kept his composure. He was close earlier in the half, no mistake this time. Tottenham 1, Inter 1.
Brilliant build-up play. Talked about how good Tottenham are defensively in terms of fullbacks. Well,
they come again. Gagliardini, the He's done well to win that, even better to charge forward with it. Just couldn't quite. Well, Lucas Moura's won it back here, and Handanovic got a hand to it as Albert's ball will be reached in the end by Esposito. It's Lucas Moura, the man who started the scoring ahead of him. This is Sissoko. Deflection took the sting out of the shot, really. Handanovic for a moment wasn't quite sure where it was going. There's Danny Rose, and still away from Cantrefa. He's looking for Lucas Moura. To be the last action for many of these players today. Walker-Peters shut out.
This one is.
And gets it back from Sensi.
Europe, but that's the one thing that he needs to work on in terms of reading situations better.
5 certainly remains here. Inter launching it long immediately, but it was the assistant on the far side that gave it Dalbert's challenge on Kyle Walker-Peters. Dalbert with a little bit of room in which to work. Sensi flicking it forward almost inadvertently.
There's a player on all day, and here's another one on the right hand side.
In towards Dalbert, but it's too close. Eriksson arriving in support. This is Christian Eriksen. He couldn't pick his way through. There's in plenty of space. Spurs with options in the middle. Lucas Moura. Goes towards Sensi. Pieces. Finding Perisic. Squaring up to Alderweireld. Came off the big bell. Grignard. Obvious targets here. Kyle Walker-Peters. Time to size up the cross. Eriksen to Walker-Peters, who will try again to provide the service. Ball forward. Politano trying to make the most of it. Danny Rose trying to get back to him. And his team got it at the other end here. They have a couple to try and pick out in the middle. Perisic.
Mistake here though.
Handanovic giving it away to Eriksen. Tees it up for Eric Lamela. Moura in full flight. Kane and Lamela in the middle. He's cut it back in path of Harry Kane. Skriniar who shuts. He's going to get there just ahead of Alderweireld. Even Perisic, but this is Dalbert. He's got a fair few to aim for. It's a wicked ball in. Hits Sam. Slips it back for Stefano Sensi. Skip is with him. Couldn't prevent the cross from coming in this time, but Alderweireld. And they will settle for the... Back with the Frenchman here. It will reach Lamela. Couldn't quite control it.
Going to be any sources of admirers for him.
There's Son. There's Dalbert. Cut out by Alderweireld.
What a ball.
Oh, it's a brilliant ball. And there just wasn't quite the... It was a well-timed ball into the path, or at least the intended path of Puskas. Well defended as it needed to be involved since his introduction. Sensi takes over and works the 1-2. Couldn't quite pick his way through Politano. It is there to be struck. Barella had a sight of goal. Comfortable enough save in the end for Gazzaniga.
Well, Barella picks it up.
Politano will get there in awkwardly, but Evanson Sanchez does his job once more. Goes through the gears. It's still with Heung-min Son. Everything but the finish. He covered the length of the field before Handanovic makes the save. Ball towards Parrott, but it will just... And there is still the threat. And Kudu coming away with it, just unable to dig it go because it breaks favourably for Heung-min Son. Marsh trying to provoke. It's a good ball.
See it there.
Back in it goes, too close. Before penalties are required. Handanovic, he was with Christian Eriksen. And it's saved by Handanovic. Well, for the second shootout in less than a week, Eriksen is denied from the spot. First kick of the shootout for Inter, and it's saved by Gazzaniga, who did brilliantly. Yes. Son for Spurs scores. Huge roar. A real fan favourite here. It's the first successful up against Gazzaniga. And we're all square. It's a really good penalty into the corner as he sends the keeper the wrong way this time.
Yeah, similar to Son's there, just waits for...
It's Chike and Kudu for Spurs here. How about that? Cheeky but effective. And also scores with a powerful penalty. Gazzaniga wasn't far away from it, but after 3 spot kicks apiece were left. Took over the captain's armband earlier in the game. Toby Alderweireld scores emphatically. It had to be right. Politano picks out the top corner. Almost picture perfect, and it needed to be. It wasn't without its risk. Stepping up, Oliver Skip from the spot, saved by Handanovic. Well, the goalkeeper wins the battle of wits and makes an important, impressive stop against Gazzaniga. João Mario wins it wonderfully well, kept his composure.